Yo, it's Viral Industries, and we're back again with another quick video. So today we're talking about Shedeur Sanders, obviously the Hall of Famer Deion Sanders' son. And I feel like a lot of people aren't understanding what's going on. They aren't understanding what they're asking for. And I feel like this is the kind of thing that presenting FBA people, because there's people that say they're black, but they're from Caribbeans, they're from Africa, and they got here after slavery, so they don't understand. You're not buck dancing because you're doing what you want to do. You're buck dancing because you're asking to be in these people league that's ran by descendants of the slave holders. You understand? Those people are the owners of these teams. You understand? And they have a certain type of way that they look at FBA people, even if they're not Caucasian. They have a certain type of way that they look at FBA people. So, no, they probably don't want Key Glock at the game on the sideline and all this other stuff going on. No, they probably don't want that. Is he going to go under 21.5? Maybe, probably so. But aren't y'all comparing him to and saying that he's training with Brady? Or they're going to say, oh, we're not comparing him to Brady. We're just saying he trains with Brady. Brady went, what, 6th round in the draft? He went 6th round. Is Shedeur going to be able to deal with the adversity of not going in the first round and still coming out and producing? In camp, it's not going to be Shedeur comes to camp and he comes out and he starts, and it's probably not going to be like that. It's probably going to be like, we need to see something right now in camp. Is he still going to be that guy? So after betting on Shedeur during his whole Colorado career, I bet on most of his games. I probably want to say about 75% of the games that I wanted to get action in, because some of them were just, I knew they were going to be nail biters. Like that Baylor game, I knew it was going to be a nail biter. I didn't want any parts of it. The TCU game, when he first got to Colorado, it was great, and that's what Shedeur is. Shedeur is baby primetime Sanders. You know what I'm saying? He marched into TCU, facing a defending conference champion, runner-up national champion, and beating those guys. That's a big accomplishment coming from a school where they said was null and void. Like, it doesn't matter. They don't even put his school that he came from on the NCAA video game. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like Shedeur's a great player, but I do feel like it's certain times where Shedeur falls asleep and he isn't as attentive and he isn't as focused as he needs to be. But his draft position shouldn't change the fact of his play style, his ability to play up to a certain level. It shouldn't stop that, because it didn't stop Brady, and it didn't stop a guy like Lamar Jackson, who's probably one of the greatest dual threat quarterbacks that we've seen in the history of the league. He went and watched every single team choose somebody else except the Ravens, 32, and he went 32 overall in the draft, first round. When he was a Heisman winner, I think Lamar's a 2-time Heisman winner. So you see, so just because Colorado retired a number, all right, that's cool. We talking about a Heisman winner, a real Heisman winner. He changed the program. When he left, the program literally had one of the worst fall offs of all time. He went 32. Are you going to be able to stomach the fact that, man, I got chosen in the second round? Man, you know what I'm saying? I'm mad. Like, you going to be mad? Like, or are you going to go out there, take over, start, you know what I'm saying, beat out the starting quarterback? Like, are you going to be able to do the stuff? Because the way I'm seeing it, a lot of teams aren't going to want to waste a first-round pick for a guy that's going to come in and kind of act like he don't want to really take the reins, and we you know what I'm saying, we might win a couple games. Like, nah, bro. These teams want to win right now with their late first-round pick. They're looking at Jaden Daniels. They're, Cam Ward. He's supposed to have a high projection. They're looking at these quarterbacks come in and they're doing a thing early. They doing their thing early. So will he be able to live up to the hype? I mean, in the right situation, in a perfect situation, I feel like he will be able to. But if he's in a bad situation, then I don't think a lot. I think it's gonna be harder for him because it's gonna be a lot of people scrutinizing him. So hopefully he gets on a good team with a good situation with a good core of wide receivers, and you know what I'm saying, he balls out. Because I think that he has the talent. I think he has the talent, especially in the arm strength. Um, he got to work on a couple of things, but I feel like he'll be able to sharpen that up this summer. And if he continues to work hard, you know what I'm saying, he could prove these people wrong. But it's not really necessarily what it already has been. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing new. These people have a certain type of stigma. They wanted Lamar Jackson to move to wide receiver. He still ended up being an MVP. Peace and blessings.